Talk body count. When you are dating, it's not your business to know how many people your other date has slept with. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Women get more hate than men do on this topic. Society is literally built that way. And sleeping with somebody should not be shameful. It's healthy, it's normal, it's natural. It's literally the reason why you're sitting here on TikTok today. What is important is communicating about sleeping together and getting tested.
Yeah, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I disagree. And I always find it so funny. The same girl who's saying, let's talk about it, turns off her comments when I'm sure a bunch of guys were saying, yeah, that's not how it works. Whenever this topic comes up, I really don't understand how you guys don't get it. Whenever the topic of body count comes up, or how a girl, when she wears certain types of clothing, it indicates a certain type of personality that she might be. That is not to say that there's not men or women out there that are completely comfortable with those kind of lifestyles. But to sit there and play dumb like you don't think like somebody who slept with 2,000 people is going to have a different personality type than somebody who slept with two, yeah, you're wrong. Now, if you're judging a guy or girl because they've slept with 5 people and you think that's too high, that's a little bit ridiculous. I agree with that. Whenever this topic comes up, like this woman thinks she's so profound by being like, ladies, you do understand you're going to get judged on this a little bit more than a man is. Like, yeah, obviously. The way this woman frames it in the beginning of the video makes it seem like we're judging girls for just sleeping with other men that are not us. The reality is nobody's telling girls that you guys can't also be disgusted by men who have insanely high body counts, but the reality is a lot of girls want the guy who has been or just gets a lot of women. There's a difference between a girl who slept with 5, 6, 7 people and then 500, 600, 700 people. Yes, it is completely normal to go sleep with other people. Nobody's really getting mad at anybody for doing that, but at a certain point, yeah, it's going to get concerning. Typically, a guy who is able to get a lot of women has some type of quality that is allowing him to do those things. I do agree that if you're going through the beginning process of dating, it's really not your place to be asking what a girl's body count is within the first 4 hangouts. But I can't blame a guy who breaks up with his girlfriend after finding out that 5 years ago when she was in a sorority, she slept with the whole entire football team and now he doesn't want to be with her. In any other scenario, if you found out something crazy about somebody's past, you can indicate that that might be a future problem. If you found out that your current boyfriend and his past 2 relationships was arrested for domestic assault, you might start questioning him a little bit. If I had found out the girl that I was talking to or pursuing for dating has slept with over 100 people, I might question her a little bit, yes. Because as we know, the dating market is completely different. Typically, men's are the ones to go and approach. So when you've been with a lot of men, it looks like you say yes to everyone. So yes, it looks like you're a little bit easy. And I do agree, whether you're a male or a female, you're more likely to have relationship problems long term if you're somebody who has a high number of sexual partners. But the reality is, if a man was able to go get a bunch of women to say yes to sleeping with him, typically that means he had something to offer. Because I guarantee you, ladies, all of you guys know people like Chris Brown or your favorite athlete or Drake have been with well over 1,000 women, and are you really going to turn him down? Because you guys get mad at men for being like, oh, this is so not fair. Men don't get judged when they sleep with a lot of girls. You guys are completely within your rights to not sleep with a guy who's slept with a lot of people. And guys are completely within their rights if they think that you slept with an above average amount of men to not want to date you. And it's always the girls who claim it's not that big of a deal who will turn off comments or refuse to answer the question. Because the reality is the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you do things does indicate a little bit about your personality. Because listen, there's going to be negatives and there's going to be positives of dating for men and women. Like, we're not 100% going to be equal in what we have to do when we're going through the dating market. And this happens to be one of the scenarios where, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a negative for women. Let's stop acting like this is not something that does say a lot about somebody's personality, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?